When it comes to Marvel Rivals, one of the most painful things to do in the game is actually the solo queue, but by far, it definitely builds a little bit of character, all right? So today I want to present to you three of what I think are the best three solo carry heroes in Marvel Rivals. All right, so these three are going to be one of each. Of course, we're going to go down the line and we're going to start with Vanguard, then we're going to go to my top duelist, and then also my top strategist at the end of this video. So I'm going to give you the top three that definitely helped me solo queue all the way to Plat 3. I know it's not super far, but I mean, last season I was gold and then the season ended, and now we're probably in between gold 1 and Plat 3. So it gets a little bit more difficult later on. So I will have an updated list later because we probably should start teaming up with other good players. But I mean, solo queuing is not for the weak. I'm not gonna lie to you. Solo queuing is not for the weak, but we will be learning more characters as we progress. But let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So we're gonna start off with the Vanguard, okay? Of course, there are tons of Vanguards to look for and a lot of very useful and effective ones. Now, what I'm going to say is probably going to rattle a few of you. I know how superior Doctor Strange and Magneto and the Hulk are, but the one Vanguard that I find that is the easiest and the best when it comes to solo queuing is no other than Penny Parker. Now, Penny Parker is a 4-star difficulty, but I promise you her kit is not difficult to learn, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and take a little quick look at her kit. So for her abilities, your normal attack is the Cyber Web Cluster, which is pretty much unlimited. You can just hold and spray. The only bad part is that you move a little slower when you are shooting this, but other than that, you can always put damage and firepower down range. Other than that, we look at her other abilities. So of course, her ult is pretty much very useful when it comes to just clearing space, and we got the bionic spider nest, but she definitely excels when it comes to locking down objectives and choke points around the map. Using her spider bot nest not only deals damage to enemies when they step on the nest, but this nest also heals Penny and gives her a boost of speed when she's near it or when she's stepping on the web. This is super useful because not a lot of people, well, in rank they do a lot more, but not a lot of people like running either Vanguard or they don't like running Strategist. So if you have no extra heals or if you just have one healer in the back line, then having a self-healing spider nest definitely works in your favor. Not only do opponents have to worry about well-placed spider bot nest, but they also have to worry about the multiple landmines Penny can toss out at any given moment. So yeah, in my opinion, Penny's kit is super strong because not only can she heal herself, she can deal insane amount of damage while also staying in the fight 24/7. Now, we pretty much explained the basics of her kit, but we also mentioned before that her ultimate is super nice. When it comes to Penny Parker's ultimate, I do believe that it's a super nice ultimate that gives her an insane amount of shield while also allowing Penny to run around leaving behind tons of mines. Now, while she's running around just leaving a whole bunch of explosives behind, this could be super problematic for any opposing team looking to fight for control of an objective. Penny Parker had to make this list of the best solo players or solo characters to use just because she can attack and defend a whole bunch of different points in almost every map in Marvel Rivals. Although it is super nice to have really good teammates, that's not going to happen all of the time. So you can't really bank on having the best of the best teammates, especially when you are solo queuing. So next up on the list is no other than, of course, the Duelist category, which in my opinion is by far the fan favorite. If you go and play quick play, usually when I go, I see about 5 Duelists right there in the lobby. It is insane. A lot of people love playing Duelist and, you know, DPS. They love the damage, they love the numbers. So I can see why people gravitate to Duelist, especially because there's so many of them. But the one Duelist that actually might just trigger a lot of you guys, but the one Duelist that I find the most effective when it comes to solo queuing is no other than Namor, or Neymar, however you want to pronounce it. But this character is a 2-star difficulty Duelist. Now, before a lot of you guys flame me in the comments, this is just my opinion, but I do think that Namor has tons of value on a team. Trust me, I understand that this is a name that most of you probably didn't expect for me to say, but let's take a really good look at what he brings to a squad. Now, I really love using Namor due to his high damage output while also being a great option to defend against divers on the opposing team. If you've ever had to face off against a Namor, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how annoying it is to go against those octopus turrets that can literally stick to anything, and the best part about having them around is that they never miss. Now, in my opinion, this ability is insanely valuable because when used correctly, the damage is insane on a targeted opponent while also getting free damage shots on pesky opponents like Spider-Man or any other diver that's trying to attack your backline healers. Even though the turrets might be annoying, which is a plus because, you know, we're here to make everything difficult, but Namor also has a free get out of jail card that allows him not to be affected by enemy ultimates. This ability is called Blessing of the Deep, and other than countering opponents, you can also reach high ground to take advantage of key points around the map. When I use Namor, I usually have tons of damage and tons of eliminations, but not only using him as a solo queue and just by himself is good, but it gets even crazier when his team up ability is activated with Luna Snow. Now, the last thing I want to point out about Namor is his ultimate is far from broken, but it's super helpful when wanting to clear an objective or to help better separate a team that's all stacked together. So if you really are looking for space and trying to isolate the healers from the tanks and the DPS, then this is one of those ultimates that can help do the job. Now it's time for our final top character for this video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it, and of course we have to go with Mantis. Now, I'm sure I don't have to go too far in depth when it comes to Mantis, but Mantis is a 1-star difficulty strategist that is just literally the backbone to a team. I do believe that Mantis is one of the strongest characters to use in Marvel Rivals just because what she can do for a team. Mantis has insane healing ability while also being able to boost the damage output for herself and also her teammates. With Mantis being able to do so much for a team, it's really no surprise that she has one of the highest win rates in Marvel Rivals right now. So I won't lie, I definitely main Mantis just to make sure that we always had a strategist when I was playing ranked, and we actually got pretty far with just her abilities and what she can really do for a team. So I mean, it was easy heals on top of the ability to both heal and boost herself. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Mantis is the top strategist. Now, of course, you can make your argument it's either between Mantis or Luna Snow, and I wouldn't argue against that. But in my opinion, and for what I've used, Mantis is definitely the way to go. When using Mantis, it will be very effective if you were kind of in the mix. Yes, you could be in the back line, but you really need to be in the mix going and just giving out heals and giving out boosted damage. But one thing that I really appreciate that Mantis has in her kit is a super useful ability called Spore Slumber. This allows her to get out of those close and uncomfortable situations with an opponent diver. This ability allows you to stun an opponent for just a few seconds to either land some free critical shots or to safely create space between you and that enemy. In my opinion, everything that is in Mantis kit is super effective and super useful for any given moment at any given time in Marvel Rivals. So even with her ultimate being one of the best ultimates in the game, you can easily out heal a lot of ultimates and, you know, just what the opponent is dishing out. Just having all of that, I mean, it just makes Mantis that much better. So as of right now, these are my top 3 that I've used, and I mean, I could even show you a couple of the stats, but these are the top 3 characters that I've used in Marvel Rivals to pretty much just solo queue. I'm still looking for good teammates. A lot of my friends are either not really playing the competitive or they're either on PCs, so I can't physically play competitive with them. So it's just all a mess right now. So we've been just grinding the solo queue journey, and boy, I must tell you that solo queuing, like I said in the beginning, is not for the weak. All right, there's going to be some things that you're going to encounter that might make you want to quit. Just take you a quick break and get back in the fight. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you want another part, maybe you guys want more tier lists, more guides, whatever, let me know down below in the comment section. Smash a like on the video because it will truly help the video get seen to hopefully a new solo queue or solo queuer that you might encounter on one of your teams, and you want them to use a character like this to better help you win and climb the ranks in Marvel Rivals. So make sure to smash a like on the video. Let's get this thing to the algorithm. And if you haven't seen any other videos, then make sure to check out this playlist right here on your end card screen. I would really appreciate it. But thank you guys again, and I'll see you all in the next one.